Okay, this was 7/7 of 2025 in my time with the Lord that day. And I was having a vision and I was seeing myself kneeling next to a golden waterfall of his presence. His glory was just like everywhere in my room, just golden glory of water like showering down before me. And I was seeing myself in clouds flying so high up, and I was seeing like a golden ring of light around the tops of the clouds, and this brilliant blue, like cerulean blue, bright blue, like heaven coming through. And then I was seeing this doorway in heaven again, and yeah, it was from the perspective of the side, golden light pouring from the top through it, and I was just hearing the King of Glory is coming through. And now I'm just seeing King Jesus. It's like the doorway, the throne is turned into his shoulders and his head, and he's dressed in gold and white, so regal, so beautiful, a golden crown on his head. I remember thinking his shoulders were so broad. And I was seeing him sitting on his throne, his robes all flowing out beneath him, and I was just hearing the train of his robe filled the temple. But I was just seeing him sitting on the throne with all the clouds, like clouds of glory, like all around him. And somehow I was just standing before him, looking at him, and somehow it's like I was polishing his feet or something. I had this little yellow towel that I was polishing his feet with. I don't really understand that. But they were just like glowing brighter and brighter as I was doing this. And then I was seeing myself sitting in front of a fire. There's this place that I visited in heaven. It's part of his kingdom. It's like a castle, but in that place, there's like a room that I write in there. And I was seeing myself sitting in front of this fireplace in this castle in heaven, holding this sword that Jesus had given me. And I had this sword like laying on my lap, and I was just looking at the reflection of the light and the fire gleaming off of the polished silver of the shaft of the sword. So brightly polished this sword is, and the light of the fire reflected in it. It's like the longer I watch the fire reflected in it, the softer and brighter and clearer the reflection of the fire becomes in the sword, until it's almost like you're not even looking at a reflection of the flames in it, but rather just looking at the fire itself. I'm so aware of what the sword feels like in my hands as I'm just sitting here resting by the fireplace in this writing room, and my hands are just at rest, open. The blade of the sword just resting so lightly on them, and everything is so peaceful in the light of the fire. It's just all fire and golden light, silver and gold, and the white of my skirt. I had a white skirt on, and I'm softly glowing in the firelight now. And I can see myself sitting now. My head is just bowed, and I'm sitting in this beautiful white and gold dress, just praying and worshiping, holding this sword on my lap, so lightly and gently in the light of the fire. The light beginning to spill out from the fireplace and light up the room around me the longer I pray. And as I'm watching myself, it was like I seemed kind of oblivious to everything, because my head was just bowed in prayer, and I could see my lips moving as I was praying. And I was just seeing myself then bowing before Jesus, praying with this beautiful sword held so lightly in my open hands. My eyes are just closed in prayer, and my hair was like glowing in the light of the fire all around me. And now it's like I could see what I was seeing behind my eyes as I was praying there in that vision. And I was seeing myself bowing before the throne of God, kneeling in front of him, but I was wearing armor, dressed as this female warrior, like kneeling in this golden armor before the throne of God, worshiping as I kneel before him. And then it was like I was seeing two things at one time. It was like I was seeing myself holding the sword on my lap before the fireplace wearing this dress, and I was also seeing myself before his throne in this armor, just kneeling before him. And I was watching myself praying, and it was like I was hearing the translation of what I was praying then. Sharpen me, Lord Jesus, sharpen me. Fit me for your purpose, Jesus. Polish me so that I bear only your reflection. Sharpen all my rough edges, Jesus. Swing me, Jesus. And then I had this vision of Jesus very thick in the heat of battle. And somehow I am now the sword in his hand that he's using. And I can hear the whoosh of the air as the blade that I am cuts through the air so quickly. And this thick darkness of battle. And I am hearing myself as this blade then singing this beautiful song that is coming forth from the blade of the metal as Jesus is swinging the sword. And there was just all this light coming forth from the sword. And all I'm seeing is arcs of light. And I was hearing all of this music and singing all around me as Jesus was swinging this blade that I am so fast and furiously. And this immense dark horde just before him is like screaming in terror and running and tripping and falling as the light and like as the light hits them. And the song, it was like the light and the song were hitting them and they were just disappearing into nothing. And Jesus is just taking ground so fast now, and the blade of the sword was glowing a bright brilliant blue now. And the singing around us is just becoming louder and louder now, the sound of thousands and thousands singing. Voices of men and angels all surging into one voice now, singing in unison, like the sound of an ocean, the singular roar of the voice of many waters. And now I'm seeing thousands and thousands of horses and riders, an immense army of light, all surging forward on white horses, moving together as one in battle. And banners are flying towards the front, and the waters again are the sound of many voices singing in unison. And now I'm seeing the earth somehow as if it's both flat, more from the perspective of being on earth, but it was also like I was being pulled out away from it, watching it from outer space. And I was watching this huge wave of golden light and water crashing over all of it. All of these waves going on over the surface of the earth. Very intense battle happening everywhere. And as this golden wave of light and water and sound came crashing over the earth, those fighting on the earth were just like instantly stopping. It was like they were in the center of what they were doing and they just like stopped and looked up. They stopped and they looked up and they were turning to look at the wave and it just crashed over them. And as I'm watching the water and the light and the sound of the singing, it was like I was watching this wave of glory like cleanse the earth of all evil. And somehow this wave of light and sound is also the physical army that I was seeing on white horses, because it is both the supernatural wave of living water singing and flowing. It is also a unified body of many individual beings, but all moving as one, and everything is so beautiful. I have written down here Habakkuk 3:14-16. And from the perspective of outer space, which I wrote in later, from the perspective of outer space, it looks like this blanket of light is just moving very rapidly over the face of the earth now, moving very, very rapidly, dispelling darkness and shadows now. And from the perspective of being more on the earth, it seems like the earth itself is somehow becoming brighter. I don't understand everything that I was seeing here. I don't understand the sequence of things. I'm just relaying as it was coming to me. It was like a light is coming from the center of the earth and moving outward, but very quickly. It was like I was watching a shockwave of light and energy expanding very quickly from the center of the earth, moving outward. Kind of like an explosion of great force, ripping through something more invisible, but it's just bringing light and healing to everything. I really don't have any words for it. It was just incredibly beautiful. And now I'm seeing something trying to rain down upon the earth, almost like stars or something trying to crash down upon the earth, while I'm seeing something like mechanical. It was reminding me, I don't have a lot of like mechanical background, so it was reminding me of like Transformers or something. And what I was seeing, it was like they were planning. It's like I could see into the mind of like this singular being planning on landing on the earth. Like if it was going to land on its knees, it would have landed with huge great force that would have caused like huge craters to form on the earth because of the force of the impact upon landing. But all of that is suddenly now interrupted by almost this invisible force field that now encircles the entirety of the earth. The outermost layer of it is very, very bright blue, but nearly invisible to the eye, nearly invisible to the eye. And all of these things at first reminded me more of like stars falling to the earth, I can see now are more like some kind of full-on army trying to like pretty much invade the earth. But it was also like they had some kind of crafts that they were flying in. And then even some, I don't really understand this, even their own skin, which looked more like some kind of metallic something armor, but it was also living, but somehow also mechanical. I didn't understand it. Very, very fast moving. Something silvery gray to it. Yeah, it was literally crashing into this more invisible force field surrounding the earth. And the beings not in crafts are having to pull themselves off of it. And those in crafts are having to try to back up very quickly and try to like re-navigate if they had time, if they could see it. It was like, I don't know, there was somehow a time thing involved there. And it was like they weren't prepared for this force field around the earth. So I don't really know how to explain all that because I was seeing the force field before I saw this. And some of the things, yeah, some were not making it at all. And I was just watching them falling away from the earth. Like they just weren't going to make it. Or they had just sustained like immense damage, but they weren't going to make it. So I was asking the Lord then, like, what are you showing me here? I don't really understand everything. And I was seeing myself kneeling before the throne of God again, praying. But my golden armor at that point was like all lit up somehow as I was praying. And I was just hearing the last great battle, my dear. And now I'm seeing myself as the bride again. My arms are wrapped around Jesus' neck, encircling him. And I'm just looking into his eyes, and he's just looking into my eyes. And his eyes are so deep. It's like I could just look into them for forever. His love is so tender, and there's so much mercy enfolding me, such a sweet softness to his eyes, but also so bright with light. And his arms were encircled around me, and all I was aware of then is the immense love in his eyes for me, and the silent conversation going on between us as we were just looking into the eyes of one another. And I was hearing Jesus say, as you look into me so adoringly now, my darling, know what that just did. As you look into my eyes now so adoringly, I am fashioning myself into you. As you stay at my feet now and spend time with me, I am becoming more and more one with you. I am fashioning all of my true people who can hear me now in my end time army as they just stay before me, and I am softening them and sharpening them and purifying them before me in the fire of my love now. My bride is the weapon I will swing now to cut down all evil before me. Stay with me in the fire of my love now, my darling. Let me soften you and sharpen you and refine you and mold you into the shape and the form I need you to be. I need you to be, to fit into my hands. To fit into my hands so that I am making you an extension of me. And now I'm seeing beautiful King Jesus in his throne, surrounded by the clouds at his feet again. And I'm watching him stand up now. And the sword that I saw resting in my lap before the fire, he is picking up from resting on his own now. And he has me as the sword in his hand. And he's testing it out and swinging it through the air now to see how I will fit into his own now for him to wield me. To see if I was like sharp enough. And I was hearing my end time army, and I was watching the golden wave of light and singing crashing over the earth again. And I'm seeing everything again that he just showed me. The wave crashing over the earth, it being wiped clean of all evil, the force field around the earth, the attempts at invasion, and I'm watching it all happen in front of me now. And in hearing my end time army must be incredibly soft and bright and sharp now for me to wield her. And I'm seeing myself with my arms wrapped around Jesus again. And he's holding me, and we're just looking into one another's eyes again. And he said, it is the surrender and the adoration of my bride that allows me to shape and form her for this end time battle now. It is the love song that escapes her lips as she lets me love her that you are hearing in this wave of my glory that is beginning to sweep across the earth now. And I was seeing thousands and thousands of angels rejoicing in heaven. So much excitement. And I was hearing the angels are rejoicing now at my increasing affection and desire for my bride now, for she is allowing herself to be consumed now by my love for her. And I am overcome by her sweet yielding and the beauty of my own reflection I see mirrored in her eyes when I look at her. As long as she is this surrendered to me, absolutely nothing can stop me now, for I am coming for her, and I am coming quickly. Stay with me now, my darling. The shielding of my spirit around this earth now is protecting my beloved from all kinds of attempts to completely overtake her now. And I am training my bride and sharpening her and softening her as we dance together now in the chamber of my love, which I have created only for her for this specific time now. Keep looking into my eyes, my darling. Let my love song overcome you now, and together we will sweep across the earth in a glory wave of my love that will make all things new, and all of creation will sing of my love and bow before my throne with my rightful adoration and worship. And then I'm hearing the wedding supper of the Lamb, and I'm seeing the long banquet table spread with a beautiful white cloth that has like this. When I see it, it has like these very, very faint, like swirls of golden light, like woven into the fabric of the cloth. Beautiful golden yellow and pink flowers and so many other colors that I can't even describe are all placed on the table. Crystal glasses sparkling in the light. And I was hearing music and singing and the gentle hum of many people chattering and laughing together, all sitting at the table eating. The light is so soft and warm, and there's a sense of great rejoicing. And I am seeing this kingdom castle of the Lord that I see again from a short distance behind the table feasting, this beautiful golden stream meandering through the lush green ground surrounding us. The water is golden liquid, sparkling and laughing in the light as it winds its way through the green grasses. And now I'm hearing the 23rd Psalm now, and when I see this stream, the waters are usually like gurgling and kind of laughing as they're going along. And then as I look into them, they become very still. It's like I go deeper into the water as I look into it. So I was hearing the 23rd Psalm now. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. And it was really sweet. I was seeing Jesus kind of like half reclined on this blanket with the bride. It was like they were having a picnic and he was feeding her grapes. It was very sweet. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. And I was seeing all of the armies clashing in this fierce battle on the surface of the earth again. Everyone is so thoroughly engrossed in battle, but it was like the whole earth was tired of war too. For thou art with me. And I see Jesus riding ahead of his army on his white horse again. And he goes, as he goes by me, he looks down and blows me a kiss and just kind of winks at me as he keeps riding. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. And I see Jesus holding up his staff holding up his staff over his head and riding straight into battle with a mighty shout. And now I see myself walking across the green valley, and all of a sudden there's this shepherd's crook around me. And I see Jesus using it to pull me into his arms, and he's playfully showering me with kisses on my face and laughing. And I was kind of caught off guard, so I just kind of fell, and we both fell together into the grass laughing with one another. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. And I see everyone laughing together and feasting as we were in front of the castle kingdom. And in the distance, I see dark archers fitting arrows into bows. And I'm suddenly watching the wind cutting through the arrows. And they're literally just broken in half instantly by the force of the wind. And all of the archers look really surprised as the bows are just ripped right out of their hands. And they were disgusted and massively frustrated. My cup runneth over. And I just see Jesus with the bride on the picnic blanket next to this stream in the 23rd Psalm that is next to everything that I'm seeing, laughing together and talking with so much joy. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. And I'm seeing shofar sounding now, a long, long note. And the crystal glasses on the table with his blood in it are starting to sing as the wind blows over it. He's coming, he's coming. Hosanna in the highest. Our King is coming. And I was hearing, I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And then I was seeing this beautiful booth set up like would be for the Feast of Tabernacles. And there were flowers all tied to the posts encircling it. But this time there were roses overarching all of the green boughs. And I see Jesus with the bride standing beneath the canopy, which is now also a wedding canopy. And they're laughing. And there's music. And so many people from all over the nations are gathered dancing around them to witness the ceremony. And now I'm seeing myself as the bride again, and my arms are wrapped around Jesus' neck again, and his arms are wrapped around mine, and we're just looking into one another's eyes. We both have tears of joy in our eyes as we're just smiling together and laughing. And I was just so caught up in his presentness at that moment. And then I was seeing him picking me up, and he was carrying me and running with me up into the sky, which is this beautiful pink again. And all I can hear is, hold fast to me now, my love. I am carrying you now into all of the seasons to come. And I hear so close to me now, look at me, my love. And Jesus was looking into my eyes so tenderly, so adoringly. And all I could think now was, Jesus, Jesus, thank you for strengthening me. Thank you for encouraging me. You are my King and you are coming. And now I was seeing the two of us standing together on this balcony with all of these people before us. And I was wearing long white gloves again. I'd seen this before. I was wearing long white gloves again. And King Jesus is pulling me forward as the bride by his hand. And he's introducing me as the bride to these people. And I was blushing, and I was hearing him say in a very commanding voice, this is the one whom my soul loves. Listen to her now, my people. The light of my presence shines forth from her. She will be my light in dark places to come. Learn from her, my people. I am encompassed round about her. Yield the floor to my bride now, for I am speaking through her. Come and sit at the feet of my bride now. Learn from her, for she is strong and mighty in battle now, and I will be with her to the end. Learn how to be quiet from her. Learn how to be still with me from her. Learn how to be in my peace and in my presence from her. For she is my vessel, my beautiful bride, and all that I am and is to come is contained within her. Listen, all you people of the earth. Watch from my bride now and prepare. The oil of my anointing now is pouring forth from her. I am the Lord, strong and mighty in battle. I have prepared her. Learn from her while there is still time. I am so quickly now. Listen to what she is saying. And I think that's where that ended that day. Because he just told me to stop. And yeah. Anyway, that was just really beautiful time with him. And he's just talking to me so much now about how we need to be prepared as his bride. And the stance that we need to be taking. And then he's showing me other things at the same time. So I pray that blesses you guys.